Do I need another War Machine? Probably not, but I have one now thanks to the Gamerverse War Machine versus Omega Red from their unspoken Marvel vs. Capcom line. Real quick with the box, I do love the interior backdrop, the training room. We got War Machine down the side. Loving this, what I presume is shooting the Galaxy toy photography back there. And then there's Omega Red. That's gnarly. Here's a better look at that backdrop from inside the box. That's so rad. I didn't save the one from Thanos versus Psylocke, and I probably won't save this one either, but it is tempting. If I had any level of talent to be able to do something with this, I would try to find a way, but ultimately, no time or talent. No time or talent. It's still crazy to me that these toys, when they arrive, immediately shoot to the top of not only my unboxing pile, but the fact that I get inspired to make a video like this right now. It really has caught me off guard how much Marvel vs. Capcom has grabbed hold of me in my nostalgia. But let's take a look at War Machine. He's looking good right there. The accessories are throwing me off. I do have the original War Machine on standby here with his accessories to do a little comparison. And then we have Omega Red. And I never had one. Never had an Omega Red. This is my first one. And yeah, this is already super awesome. I'm already happy. I ended up getting every single set from this wave. That's how good these have been to me, because I never do that. I typically never do that outside of a BAF wave, and even BAF waves, I've only just gone and backtracked recently. I would still skip many Build-A-Figures. Let's see how these bad boys feel in hand. And here is War Machine in hands. Oh yeah, he is rad, but light on accessories. So if I bring in the War Machine that I already owned, number one is you will see design differences. When I first started putting together my Marvel vs. Capcom shelf, I told myself that I would be fine with this retro War Machine. Through owning him, I've been able to pass some of the reissued versions of this figure, but as you can see, they are different. Aesthetically, there are a lot of reused parts, but then there's also a lot of subtle changes between the two. Like with their shoulder guards right there. The weaponry is different. As you can see, this has this wrist machine gun that came with this blast effect that could pop on there. Both have pinless elbows, but then pinned legs. So there's that. And then different back weapons. You get a better look at the weaponry on the back. Both have the ability to then bring them forward to go into battle mode. So now here they are, all locked and loaded. And this will give us a chance to see the differences in the accessories. I couldn't find alternate hands when I was digging for him, so I'm fairly certain he only came with the fists. But it's nice that this set does include 2 of the open hands for blasting. So it is nice that this new guy came with this set. Again, I can only find the one set. I'm fairly certain it was just the one set of hands. I think I did double check that at one point. But correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but you do get the alternate set of hands with this new War Machine. And I did already show you the arm blast effect for the old retro. War Machine, but then you also, so when you get this retro War Machine all fully loaded, you can see why I've always adored him. He's ridiculous. This has always been such a great Marvel Legend figure, and the fact that you can move those pieces around like so. But I've always loved this figure, which is why I initially thought I was gonna pass. I didn't know if the Omega Red, that missing piece in my collection, was gonna be a big enough pull to buy another War Machine. But then I said, self, you like Rhodey. And yeah, that's cool, but why not have another one? I have others, so that's where we are. So now we have this updated War Machine. I'll get him posed up better in a second. So he's got this effect, then he also has a missile, and I have no idea where that attaches to. It attaches to something. And there's also a hole in this effect, so you could have it flying. I'm fairly certain these two are going to require a stand, such as the one that came with Maximum Spider-Man. They didn't put that in the box, but they did provide us that utility, which is pretty cool. So I do have stands that can work with this, but yeah, I'm not seeing any other way to connect it to this guy. Back of the box only shows this effect being used. And I will say that this Iron Man moves better, feels better in hands. He is a nice upgrade, although that original still holds up really, really well. And now we have Omega Red. So he's the real reason I bought this set in the first place. I don't have any real complaints. Obviously, there are the pins in the legs that would have been nice to be pinless. I wanted to find a figure to compare him to, and it's not this retro Venom. This is the one that's more on a Renew Your Vows style buck. It's the one in the set that I didn't buy. It was a symbiote set, but the one that Omega Red is on is from a symbiote pack, and it had an alternate Eddie head sculpt, which was really cool, but I didn't pick it up. So this is not really a good comparison to that figure, but it's nice. He has butterfly joints in there. I really like the accessories. He comes with two of these smaller tendrils, which is very cool. And then he also has another larger one over here. So he does have 4. And then he does have alternating hands. So he comes out of the package with a fist and then that posed hand. So he has the alternate versions of each of those, which is nice as well. The only thing lacking would be a different head sculpt. I'm okay with the fact that War Machine does not come with like his unhelmeted head sculpt. That's fine, you know, in terms of being game accurate. But Omega Red, yeah, there should have been a second one. I would have appreciated that. That being said, the head sculpt he does come with is really ridiculous. It's really pretty awesome. I mean, this is crazy good. But here is a set. So final thoughts on the Omega Red War Machine 2-pack. It's a set that I never thought I was going to own from the beginning. Opening reveal announcements, this was always the set that I thought I was going to pass on, just due to the fact that I really liked that retro War Machine. But the pull of Omega Red and then having a true to game version of War Machine was a pull too strong. And when it went up, and the fact that I was able to snag a pre-order and it was a smooth process, fortunately one of the few times with Walmart, I felt like it was meant to be. So I'm happy to have these two in the collection now. So there is one little caveat. Obviously for me, I needed this Omega Red and it made the upgrade of the War Machine worthwhile. However, if you already have a retro War Machine and you already have a previous Omega Red, I really think that you can pass on this set because there's nothing special or out of the ordinary with it. It just so happens to be in the most game accurate paint scheme, but I was gonna be happy rocking this guy on the shelf display, not necessarily requiring that bluish hue. And thanks for checking out the video. I hope it helps you make an informed buying decision. And just so you know, every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I go live to talk about life and toys. So hope to see you in the chat one of these days, and in the meantime, I hope you have a great rest of yours now. Purrs.